So thank you all for joining me today for FlowOm. Today I'm working through some stuff. It's just been one of those shelter-in-place days where I'm sure many of you can relate to this, where you just see something first thing in the morning on social media that just gets your blood boiling, and you're like, and then you just kind of have to deal with it the rest of the day and work through and shift through those feelings and emotions. And yeah, it's just been one of those days. And what I like to do when I'm just feeling like the world is crumbling around me and I'm out of control and I feel like people are getting crazier and crazier, is I like to get on my mat and I like to move in a way that makes me feel powerful, in a way that makes me feel in control, in a way that makes me feel really good. And so I posted about this pose yesterday on my Instagram, that this version of bow pose, or a wheel pose on our forearms, is a pose that I thought I would never, ever, ever be able to access in my body. And it's something that over the last couple of weeks I have found I can, just by working a different way than I was before. So we're going to move into that pose today. We only have 60 minutes, so we're going to jam. And we don't need a foam roller. This is from last night. Just 2 blocks today and you'll be good. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start in a comfortable seat today, sitting cross-legged, and bring the opposite leg you would normally bring instinctually in front, switch them out just to break that habit. And then palms face up or down, whatever you feel like you're needing. I am choosing for palms down. I feel like I need to get out of my head. I feel like I need to reground and regroup, so I'm doing palms down on my thighs. And then just take the first couple moments to get situated. Move a little, roll out the neck, shuffle the shoulders, maybe move the flesh from under your sits bones away, maybe a little side bending or a very gentle twist side to side. Just take these first couple moments to get comfortable and situated in your body. Allowing the eyes to close gradually, allowing your thoughts to soften gradually, and gradually becoming more aware of your breath. And let's take 3 cleansing breaths together. Take a deep inhale. Pause at the top. Exhale out the mouth. 2 more. Breath in. Pause. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Pause. A nice long exhale. Good. Come back to your breath in and out through the nose. And begin to gently constrict the back of your throat as if you were trying to whisper to somebody nearby. Allowing your breath to become audible. We use this Ujjayi breath in yoga, not just because it helps to warm the body, but it allows us to focus on our breath even more intently because we're also creating sound, creating texture. You can feel it in your throat. You can hear it in your ears. And the beauty of yoga is it gives us that single focus. It gives us that drishti, that thing to gaze upon. And that thing you gaze upon can change. You can focus on your breath. You can focus on your intention. You can focus on your body. But that single point of focus is what keeps us ingrained in ourselves and focused and keeps that clarity. It's what helps to turn down the white noise and sweep out the clutter and Let all the bullshit of the world just go by, or just pause while you're on the four corners of your mat. So let's set our intentions for this practice. I always like to remind myself, my intention doesn't have to be something really intense or something really in deep. That for today, my intention is going to be to just focus on myself and focus on my breath for the first time today. To let go of that need to control others around me and their thoughts, and to just let go of that clenched feeling of the heart by focusing on my breath, nothing else. So let's seal these intentions in together. Take a big, big breath in through the nose. Inside out. Good. Slowly let the eyes blink open. Reach your arms up and overhead. Look to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand next to your right hip. Reach up and over to the left. Good. Inhale, reach back up, stretch through the waist, pull in the belly. Exhale, left hand, reach up and over with the right hand. Starting to open up through the side body, creating a little more space through the ribs, a little more space for breath. Good. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand on right knee, sit up tall. Inhale, back to center, stretch the arm, stretch the waist. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down, grab your block. Bring it on the medium setting near the top of your mat. Lay on one side, doesn't matter which. I'm going to start on my left side. And I think we did this last week. I know we did it in at least one of my classes last week. We're just going to do a little trigger point work through the lats to help soften up the shoulders for our peak pose today. So you can rest your head in your hand. I find it's a little more intense for me if I stretch my arm out long and kind of tent my fingertips. It engages this muscle that this block is very painfully pushing into, and makes it a little more intense for me. If it's too much, bend the arm, rest the head in the hands, or if you have sensitive neck, do that. So the first few moments, just rock forward and rock back. So you're getting into some scapula control muscles as well as where the lats connect to your shoulder. And these muscles really help. Whoo, boy. This is way more intense with the block than it is with the foam roller. These muscles help with arm flexion, bringing the arms up and overhead, or if you're doing forearm stand, anything where your arms are, or your upper arm bone is going up in this way, this will help. And then find a spot that feels especially tender, whether it's more leaning back and, woo, there's one, whether it's more leaning back or more leaning forward. More forward is a little bit more into the lats. Find a spot and let's just take 3 breaths here. Good. Rise up, and you can either just roll the opposite way, or I'm going to switch directions so that you can continue to see me. Doing the other side. And same thing. Rock forward, rock back, just fascia, the connective tissues in this area that can get really tight, really restricted, really sticky, and prevent that full range of motion in the shoulders, which many of us struggle with back bending because our back muscles aren't strong, or maybe we just don't have that flexibility in the spine yet, or maybe our spine just isn't designed to be super, super bendy, or like me, your shoulders are really tight. Ooh, sometimes it's the hips even. There's a lot of reasons why back bending can be tough for people. Go ahead and find a spot that feels really tight. Pause there, a couple breaths. But I have found lately a lot of success with targeting the shoulders. Good. And rise up. Set your block aside, and let's find tabletop. Knees under the hips, fingers spread. Inhale, drop your belly, arch the spine, cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest for cat. Inhale, flowing through your cow. Exhale, cat. Good, let's take just a couple more rounds, feel it out, add any movement that feels good. Maybe you want to open up the side body, free the diaphragm, free the lungs, moving through the ribs, or maybe you want to stretch out through the shoulders, moving more towards a child's pose, or hold a few breaths in cow, whatever you want to do here. There's no right or wrong. This is your time and your space to just not listen to me and do what feels good. Good. Inhale, find neutral table. Take the hands a big old step forward. Spread the fingers. Turn the webs of your thumb and index finger, so that webbing between your thumb and pointer finger, turn it more forward. So your index fingers are kind of at these 45-degree angles, and your thumbs are almost pointing forward or pointing forward. And then let your chest and belly drop to the floor. So you have this external rotation of the upper arm bones because of the hand placement. Just starting to open up through the chest. Now we're targeting the shoulders today, so as I'm doing now, I'm letting my ribs soften and drop. Do the opposite. Pull your belly in, pull your ribs to the spine. Taking out some of the arch of the spine is going to help target the chest and shoulders more, make it less about a back bend. It's okay if the forehead hovers. When I pull in the ribs, my forehead does not touch the ground. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Feel free to just settle into stillness if that's what you're needing today, or pedal the feet, walk it out, shake the head. Man, if you miss hot yoga, all you got to do is go outside. This weather is unreal. And we have a lightning storm coming on Saturday, so that's very exciting. From downward dog, inhale, roll forward, so you're in this kind of half plank, half downward dog. So you're not all the way in plank, you're not all the way in down dog. And then do the same thing with the hands. Bring the web of your hand between your thumb and index mound forward. So now your index fingers are pointing more at an angle, thumbs are pointing forward, and then keep that. Stay where you are, push the floor away, round your upper back like you're doing cat pose. So you're trying to separate the shoulder blades, you're pushing the floor away, you're rounding the spine, and then start to let the hips go up and back, heels lower, downward dog. So now we've got this great external rotation of the arms. And if this doesn't feel good, go ahead and undo it. It's just an experiment, just another thing to play with. For me and a couple other people I've been chatting with, just turning the hands out like this can really make a strong difference in your down dog, and today's all about shoulders. As I've said, downward dog is a big shoulders pose. So now from your downward dog, soften the knees, pull your belly in, and push the floor away so that your shoulder blades begin to rise. Your shoulders begin to move upwards towards your ears. It's like you're actively trying to get rid of the floor, and you are pushing, arms straight. Good, feel that. On your next inhale, look forward. Take a few steps to the top of your mat. Feet hip width distance, soften the knees, just let the arms relax. If you want to grab opposite tricep, you can, but just take it out of the shoulders, take it out of the arms, take it out of the neck. You can nod the head yes or no. You can interlace the hands around the base of the skull for a little extra traction. Good. Let's begin to move. On your next inhale, push down through the heels as you bring your hands through the hips and rise up with a flat back all the way to stand. Good. Pull up your pants. Stand hip width distance apart with the feet. Remembering we're having a lot of emphasis today on external rotation of the shoulders and the arms. So standing in your Tadasana, turn your palms forward as you draw your shoulders down. And just notice if you can feel those muscles on your arms and your upper back start to externally rotate those upper arm bones and get a little bit more activity going. This is a really active pose. Pull in the navel, cinch the ribs into the spine, and push down through the heels. Push down, 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 and up through the crown of the head, getting tall. So you're cinching in through the waist like you're wearing a corset. Your ears are over your shoulders. And feel that. Feel how active this posture now is. Good. This is actually a movement of the spine called axial extension, where you are lengthening the actual length of your spine, decompressing the vertebrae and the discs between. Good. Now don't change anything. Just sweep the arms up and overhead, pinky fingers turned in, maybe look up. Exhale, hands through center as you fold. On your inhale, halfway lift enough to where your shoulders are in line with your hips. Send your hands back to airplane, turn your palms down. So your pinky fingers are moving down towards the floor. Feel that external rotation of the upper arms and shoulders. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push through the floor, rise up, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Good. Reset the same way. Palms forward, belly in, cinch in the waist. Push the floor like you're trying to get taller. Don't change anything. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold through center. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane those arms. Exhale, bring the fingertips down, step the right leg back and drop the knee. Inhale, sweep up the arms. Exhale, bring your hands into fists and imagine you're doing a pull-up. Squeeze those elbows down as you lift the spine. Allow the ribs to be soft. Maybe let the hips go forward. Little back bend. Inhale, stretch the arms back up. Exhale, hands plant, step back to plank. Inhale in your plank, gather your strength and your thoughts. Exhale, option to drop the knees as you lower down, especially because we're doing a lot of arms. If your arms are tired, to your shoulder. Inhale, rise up to locust, hands go back, palms down towards the earth. Feel that external rotation assist in the lifting of your spine. Lift the toes. Good. Hands down, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, step the foot through between the hands, drop your left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, do a pull-up. Create that resistance. Lift the heart. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fingertips to the floor and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane those arms, work those spine muscles. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, hands through the heart. Good. Other side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Just establishing breath and rhythm. Inhale, halfway lift, establishing our movements for the practice. Exhale, fingertips down, step the left leg back, drop the knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, do your pull-up, squeeze down, arch the spine. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands plant and step back to plank. Inhale on your plank. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades as you lower down. Inhale, locust pose, palms down. Lift the chest, lift the feet. Exhale, the toes, downward dog. You can get there through plank, or I've been liking rolling through there from a cow pose to a child's pose, and then down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, step the foot through. Drop your right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Inhale, half lift, airplane the arms. Use those spine muscles. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Adding on, making our back bends more progressive. Gradually adding more of them, gradually making them slightly deeper. Feet hip width distance. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, pull up. Squeeze that lat bar down, lift the chest. Think about that axial extension. You're pushing the floor away. You're trying to get more space between your vertebra. And then you can start to let the hips go forward, arch the spine. Inhale, stretch the arms back up. Exhale, as you forward fold, do it hands-free. So allow the hands to just melt to the floor, but you're not using your hands for traction. So you're using your core, the strength of your hip flexors and the strength of your core to forward fold. Good. So your hands are doing no work. Inhale, halfway lift. Now you're using your core, your back body core to lift up. Exhale, fingertips down, step the right leg back. Option for high or low lunge. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, do a pull up and arch. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands through center, twist to the left as much as you can using your core. Good. Inhale, hover your right elbow over your left thigh. Twist the chest open, use your core. Stay for the breath in, breath out. Elbows not touching. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands plant, step back to plank. Inhale in your plank, gather your strength. Exhale, lower down. This time, inhale, rise up, cobra pose, elbows stay bent, claw the mat, drag your hands to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's pause in down dog for a breath. Readjust the arms. Think about the placements and rotation of the hands, the rotation of those upper arm bones as you push the floor away, getting those hips up nice and high. Inhale, stretch the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose and step the foot through. High or low lunge, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart and twist to the right using your core. Good, inhale, hover the elbow over the knee, don't let it touch. Exhale, twist. One more breath, inhale, don't let the elbow touch. Exhale. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, fingertips down, step forward. Inhale, half lift, airplane the arms, pinky fingers down. Exhale, fold without using your hands. Use the strength of your hip flexors. Inhale, push the floor, reach up. Exhale, do a pull-up, cactus the arms, back bend. Soften the knees, squeeze the glutes, let the hips go forward. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, fold. Again, no hand strength here, no traction, just belly. Inhale, halfway lift, use your spine. Exhale, fingertips down, left leg goes back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands through heart, twist to the right. Inhale, hover that left elbow over the right knee. And then on your exhale, keep this strength. Keep your core that you've just established, and then just let the elbow tap down. We'll stay here a couple breaths. Now from here, squeeze your left glute so that leg is straight, your left leg is straight, your left glute is squeezing. And then push your elbow into your knee, press your knee into your elbow. Draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. So your lats, which are helping to draw your shoulder blades down, and your glutes are connected through your thoracolumbar fascia, which creates like this duct tape X around your back. Good, inhale, rise back up. So they work together in harmony. Exhale, straight through chaturanga to your back bend. They work in harmony to make the spine strong, to protect the spine, whether you have low back issues, SI joint issues, any of that, a lot of it can be solved not just by strengthening the spine muscles and the core, although that's a huge part of it, but we can't neglect the fact that the glutes and the lats play a massive role. Inhale, lift that right leg up high. Exhale, step the right leg through to the top of the mat. Didn't we just do this leg? How did we get here? Did we step the other leg back? All right, switch legs. I must have stepped the left leg back instead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Just do the opposite leg that we just did. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart, twist towards your bent leg and hover the elbow for a breath. Good, gather the core, pull the belly in and rotate. Then inhale, tap the elbow down, pause. Keep that core strength, don't let it go. Right glute squeezes, that straight legs glute squeezes as you press your elbow into your knee into your elbow to engage your outer hips of that front leg. Good, pull those shoulders down. Lats and glutes working together. One more breath. Inhale, come back and reach up. Exhale, hands down, straight through chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Good, I'm modifying because I messed up that last side. So next leg, do this, the leg that you didn't just do. Inhale that leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart and twist. Inhale, hover the elbow. Keep that core, touch the elbow down. Engage your glutes, press your elbow into the knee into the elbow. Outer hip, gluteus max, gluteus med, external rotators, hip flexors, lats, everything is working here. Inhale, back to center, stretch up. Exhale, straight through chaturanga. Remembering you can always modify. I'm doing a lot of modifying today. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, through down dog. Good, next leg, inhale, lift it up. I'm on my left, you might be on your right. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze those shoulders. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through prayer as you twist. Inhale, hover the elbow, use your core. Keep that core, don't let it go as you tap the elbow down, light as a feather. And then press that elbow into your thigh, press your thigh into your elbow, rotate. Glutes lit up, lats lit up, spine lit up, core, everything. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back through center, stretch up. Exhale, straight through your chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take just a couple breaths here, and then we'll take a quick water break and move forward now that we're warm. Although if you're practicing outside, you've probably been warm. Good, think about your hands, think about the arms, push the floor away, push, push, push. And then drop the knees, child's pose or grab a sip of water. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. On your next breath in, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step, walk, or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, airplane the arms. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Don't use the hands, just your core. Inhale, push the floor, rise up. Exhale, do that pull-up. Squeeze those shoulders down, lift the heart, back bend, soften the knees, glute squeeze, hips go forward. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, hands to your heart, and release the hands down. Beautiful. Take a moment, let the eyes close. Slow the heart rate. Find that intention again, that single focus, that drishti. Good, blink the eyes open. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, back bend. You can start to straighten the arms if you like. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, still airplaning the arms, still working those external rotators. Exhale, plant the hands and go straight back to your downward dog. Good, moving towards our first back bend, or bigger back bend. Moving towards wild thing. Inhale, we're gonna lift that right leg up high, bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, roll forward to one-legged plank. So your back leg is straight, you're rolled forward, your shoulders are over your wrists. Bear your weight through your left hand, roll to the outside of your left foot, and tap your right foot down behind you. Then bring your awareness to your right hand. Keep the palm turned in towards your face as you sweep the arm up and over. Push the floor, lift the hips. Your toes are turning to the back of your mat. It's okay if you're more in a side plank. If you have more range, gradually start to peel the heart open more, lifting the hips. You got to use those leg muscles. Push the floor, use the glutes. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, slowly unwind, come back down, three-legged dog. Exhale. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, step your foot through. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, do your pull-up, squeeze the shoulders down, back bend. Good, inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the knees more. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands plant, downward dog. Good, pause a moment here. Regroup. Hands, arms, shoulders, breath. Other side, inhale, lift that left leg up high. Exhale, roll forward, one-legged plank. Bear through your right hand, move towards your wild thing. Set the left foot down, turn your left hand in towards your face, and sweep it up and behind you. Again, if you're here in this more side plank, beautiful. Go where your spine will allow you, or start to turn your toes back. Push the floor, push to lift those hips. Let the head drop back, open the heart. Good, inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind back to center. Left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step it through to the top. High or low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, straighten the arms, still in your back bend. Exhale, find a little bit more softness. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, hands plant, downward dog. Good, take a breath here. Press through your thumb and index finger, push the floor away. Push as you rotate those elbow creases towards one another and forward. And then drop to the knees. Take a sip of water or child's pose. Woo. Let's meet in downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Alrighty, folks. We're gonna do a little bit more spine strengthening. Often we think of back bending as, I need more flexibility in the spine muscles. Not necessarily true. Often we forget that when we're sitting and our spine is rounded and this very familiar position, our back muscles are being stretched in this position. When you're back bending, your front muscles are being stretched and your back muscles are being shortened and strengthened. So in order to back bend, we don't want to be made of rubber. We actually need to be very strong. Our muscles need to be strong in order for our bodies to trust that we can sustain a back bend. Otherwise, our body is gonna, our bodies are very good at telling you no, and it will do that. So come into a lazy Sphinx position. As a Sphinx wasn't already kind of like a chill pose, make it more chill. Let the elbows go wide. Keep the head neutral. Bring your right arm straight in front of you with your palm turned in, so it's like you're karate chopping the ground. Pull your belly in. Often when we want to lift a leg in this position, so lift your left leg, we do the opposite. We actually push the belly down and arch the spine. Instead, pull the low belly in and use your glutes and hamstrings to lift that leg. It doesn't have to go high. Maybe it's just hovering off the earth. Maybe it's a little bit higher, but just don't overcompensate. Don't push the belly down. So this should feel very easy in the torso, very strong in the butt and the leg. And then lift your right arm. So now your thumb is being pulled up towards the sky, but then also at the same time, reach your fingertips forward. So your right shoulder is pulling forward. Good, now keep this, turn your right hand into a fist and imagine that you have a very strong resistance band in your hand. And then cactus that right arm, pull that elbow down. Good, so now we're strengthening that diagonal. Because like I said earlier, the back fascia with the glutes and the lats, they make an X. So we're strengthening that diagonal. Good, take a breath in, lift higher, create that resistance on the right lat, and then exhale, lower down. Good, other side, lazy Sphinx pose. Left arm karate chops forward, pulling the belly just a bit, lift the right leg rather. Again, very easy in the torso, but very strong in the glutes and the hamstring. Don't overdo it. We have no one to impress right now. No one can see us. Good, take a breath in and then lift that left arm. But reach the fingers forward. Again, your scapula can move up towards the ears. Don't pull them down. Stretch your fingertips forward and then lift that thumb up towards the sky. Good, and then turn your left hand into a fist and pull that invisible resistance band. Good. Imagine someone is pushing your arm forward and you're resisting it. You're pushing your arm back. Very nice. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Lift the chest a little bit higher. For 3, 2, 1. Down we go. All right. Let's flip onto our backs. I'm going to cue us through a bridge. I'm going to cue us through a wheel. And then I'm going to demo and cue us through Dvipada. I always forget the middle word, Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. Here we go. Sanskrit is not my, my domain. So we're going to start with the bridge. So feet are underneath the knees, hip width distance apart. If you have any knee issues in bridge, you know it tugs the knees, bring the feet a little wider, turn the toes slightly out. Come into robot arms. Robot arms asana. Fingertips towards the sky. Good, and then take a breath in, push down through your heels and push down through your elbows, lift the chest. So you're in robot arm bridge pose. And by pressing those elbows down, push, 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 you should feel your shoulder blades start to move together. This is a really good way to feel that activity in the upper back. And then if you'd like to, you can keep these arms or lower them down, palms face up. Then from here, push down through the heels, lift the hips, feel your glutes squeeze. Squeeze them, actively squeeze them. Magnetize your inner thighs together. Let's hold here a couple breaths. For some reason in yoga, we've been trained to say soften your glutes in this pose, which is just not, I don't know where that came from, and my teacher doesn't know where that came from, and a couple other teachers I follow who are physical therapists say the same thing. They're like, I don't know where that cue came from, but no muscle, your glutes don't cross your low back. So when you squeeze your glutes, if it creates any tension in the low back, it's not necessarily bad. It could be your fascia constricting. But I think we've become really, really fearful. Go ahead and lower down. Really fearful of if we feel any sort of sensation in the low back, we think we're doing something wrong. Take a breath. But you do want your glutes engaged in a back bend. They're a big support muscle for the low back, for the SI joint. All right, if bridge is your wheelhouse today, pun intended, stay in wheel. Do wheel again, or excuse me, stay in bridge. Losing my train of thought, folks. Stay in bridge. You can even take supported bridge if you're ready for our restorative portion. Those of you who want to go towards wheel, Same exact setup, except your hands are going to be by your ears. Now for today, just for the heck of it, if you struggle with straightening your arms, or even if you don't, you just want to try, turn your hands out a little bit more, kind of like we did with our downward dog. So now the web of your fingers are pointing forward rather than your index fingers. So your hands are clocked outwards. Good. Make sure your hands are by your shoulders. Take a breath in, push down through your heels, and press up coming into your wheel. And again, once you're up there, you can adjust the hands even more to turn them out just a bit, aiding in that external rotation of the arms. And then push, push, push that floor away. Push, push, push. And then allow your chest to move through the center of your arms as if you're trying to straighten your legs. Take a couple breaths. Use your glutes. Push down through those heels. And then slowly, slowly lower down and pause. Now the good thing is, I find that Dvipada Viparita Dandasana, despite its very long and fancy name, it's a little bit easier than wheel. Despite the fact that I, for years, thought this pose was so hard to get into, I freaked out when Jason recently, in my recent module of my online training, showed a very simple way of getting into this pose. So go ahead and watch the screen. You're going to set up the same way you did as wheel. The only difference is that you're going to press up and come onto your head. And the key thing is you don't want your head back here. You want your head as close to your hands as possible. Then you're going to walk your hands behind your neck, behind your skull, interlace them, and then push into the legs to bring your elbows down. Did that a little too far for my legs. There we go. And this is it, Viparita Dandasana. You can stay here with your head on the ground, or if you've got a little more traction, you can push down through the elbows, push through the legs, and the head might hover. And then come down. For me, when I push too hard, I just start to push myself back. Like I start to slide across my mat. So give it a shot together. I'll cue us through it. Again, if you're toast, pause and bridge, supported bridge, or just where you are, close your eyes. Hands by the ears. Belly in, feet are underneath the knees. Press and lift, come onto the crown of your head, and then bring the crown of your head a little closer to your hands. And then interlace your hands behind your skull, press the elbows down. Good. And then again, you can stay here with elbows down, or press, press, press the floor away, lifting the head, getting a little bit deeper. I'm starting to slide, so I'm going to come out. And then when you're ready, you got to exit through your wheel. Push the floor just a little bit to lift the head and come down. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Inhale. Sigh it out. Good. Let go of everything that just happened. Doesn't matter what shapes we make. Doesn't matter what asanas we're able to get into that are deeper than the rest. What matters is that intention. What matters is santosha, contentment with where we're at. Some days just feel heavier. Some days poses feel effortless. Some days poses feel impossible, even if we were able to do them yesterday. So remember, we don't practice yoga to make shapes. We don't practice yoga to stretch. We practice yoga for contentment. Good. Roll over to your belly. Tuck the toes. Move to downward dog. Go ahead and take your time getting there. going from back extension or back bend to flexion, forward fold. So just pause a moment, let the eyes close, and let this feel like a very easy down dog, like just enough muscle support to keep you from falling out of the shape. Just very simple, very easy. Don't worry about pushing the floor. Don't worry about the arms. Little draw of the belly and a lot of length in the spine. Good. On your inhale, lift your right leg just a touch. Exhale, roll forward to your one-legged plank. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Use your outer hip strength to angle the shin and lower it down exactly where it was. Again, playing with finding poses without muscling our way in or using our hands. Lower the hips down, coming into your pigeon. Walk your hands back. Take a moment to push the ground away, just a tiny little back bend to free the heart. And then exhale, forward fold. Rest the head down on your hands or a block or your mat. On your next breath in, lift the head. Walk the hands up. Sink into your right hip with control, not using your hands. Swing that left leg forward. Coming into Gomukhasana. So crossing your left knee over your right knee. So the screen is mirrored. So my right leg is below, my left leg is on top. If Gomukhasana isn't accessible for you, a couple of things. You can sit on a prop, you can sit on a block or a pillow, and that will help relieve some of the tightness in the hips. Or you can straighten that bottom leg. For me, when my hips were a lot tighter than they are now, this didn't satisfy me very much. So what I would say is do crisscross, but a long crisscross. So your shins are like this, not stacked. Imagine one arm is in front of the other. There we go. So that your heels are under the knees rather than like this, like you do in school with your heels really pulled in. Just doing a little hip opening. And then bring your arms to a T. Flip your hands up towards the sky. Bring your right arm up and overhead. Stretch up through the fingers. Pull your thumb back in space. Pull your ribs back a little bit. Bring your hand behind your upper back or neck, wherever it touches. Now, often we go here, then we grab the arm and pull it back. Don't do that today. Turn your left thumb down, internally rotate the arm, and bring it behind you. Don't grab a shirt, don't grab a strap. Bring your hands into fists. And then your right hand, slightly pull up, your left hand, pull down. So again, moving into a pose where we often use traction or leverage to get there, which is not bad at all. It's a great thing to do, but this is just a different way of doing it for today. Creating a little bit more strength in these muscles, because I've been playing with the idea that if we need to use leverage in order to get into a posture, then maybe I'm not physically or muscularly strong enough to sustain this posture. And this doesn't go for all postures, it's just, some, like this one. Then maybe it would be good for me to practice it without using that leverage or that assist. Good. Slowly release the hands. Bring the fingertips wide, or it's traditional to bring them onto the feet, but I'm very sweaty, so I'm not going to do that. Take an inhale. And then exhale, forward fold as much as is comfortable for you. We won't be here too long. If you want a little bit more feedback in the pose, a little bit more activity, just press the knees down towards the floor just a bit. You'll feel your glutes and your outer hips start to engage a touch. Good. Inhale, lift the head, rise up. Lean back. Bring that left leg back to your pigeon pose. Downward dog. Other side, lift the left leg just a touch. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to left wrist. Use your outer hip strength to pivot the shin and lower it down. Pigeon pose, about 10 breaths here. Walk your hands up. Take an inhale, little press of the fingers, little lift of the heart, kind of like you're trying to pull that spine longer. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly begin to rise up. Sit into your left hip. Swing the right leg forward. Finding your version of Gomukhasana, any hip opener. Arms out to a T, palms turned up. You're gonna lift that left arm straight up and overhead. Reach up through the fingers, up, 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 and then bend the arm. Right hand thumb down, internally rotate, bring it behind you. Again, don't grab the shirt. Bring your hands into fists. Pull your right hand down just a little bit, like 5%, just a little bit of activity. Top hand reaches up. This side is extremely uncomfortable for me, that right shoulder. It's okay, just sit with it. We'll just be here a couple breaths. Just creating a little bit more strength in these muscles that can sometimes just be a little pinchy, a little ow, a little fussy. Good. Slowly release the hands down. Tent the fingertips wide or bring them to the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Again, and for a little bit more activity, just push the knees down just a teensy bit. Inhale, slowly rise back up. With control, lean back. Woo, send that right leg back towards your pigeon. And then find down dog. Just take one breath in down dog. And then exhale, drop to the knees, come onto your back. Bring your arms to a T or cactus. Move your hips over to the left. Pull your knees into your chest and drop your knees over to the right. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring the hips back to center. And then shift them over to the right. Knees into your chest, knees over to the left. Inhale, draw yourself back up to center. Lower the feet, square the hips. Draw the knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze or take happy baby, or if there's any other final postures we didn't get to today that your body is really, really needing, head there just a couple moments. Gradually starting to let go of the effort of your practice. Letting go of the fire, of the heat, of the tapas, and just staying integrated into your brain and your body. Keeping that awareness on your breath, on your intention. And then slowly, when you're ready, begin to unravel. Set yourself up for your Shavasana. If your back is feeling sensitive at all, you can TP the knees or bring a prop underneath the knees like a pillow or your blocks. And then together, let's finish this practice with the final breath. Take an inhale and let it go. Enjoy your rest, and I'll wake you when it's time. Without moving, bring your awareness back to your physical body, noticing what sensations you feel. And only when you're ready, remembering this is your practice, reach the arms up and overhead, take a deep breath in, stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then slowly roll over onto your favorite side. Pausing here for just a moment to feel what shifts have occurred and to think of one thing you feel especially grateful for. And then once you've given thanks, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Palms together in prayer position, head bowed towards your fingertips. Come back to that intention you set 60 minutes ago. And let's finish off this practice as a collective with one final breath. Take a deep inhale and sigh it out. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys feel amazing after this practice. Enjoy the rest of your week. If I don't see you, I will be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Flow.